Okay. All right, guys, let's get into this. This is going to be such a compelling segment. Oh, guys, this is listen, I need you all to understand. This is the most important thing going on right now. Listen, I see Keemstar on Twitter constantly complaining about how he has nothing to talk about. So keep that in mind as we watch this this segment of the video where he calls out Ethan Klein. Because frankly, I think a motivator is boredom and not liking Ethan. Listen, I get it. Ethan's not great, but everything doesn't have to be a problem. But let's watch it. Let's watch this. Here we go.
First story, Ethan Klein from the H3H3 podcast. Now listen, all right? There are rules on YouTube. There are terms of service, all right? You break
Shut up.
the rules, you get in trouble. But this...
I hate this angle so much. It's such a crybaby angle. Because, like, when we were talking about... like, there are terms of service, but when you look at the iShowSpeed situation, Keemstar's like, no, we need to maintain trolling. We need to maintain trolling. iShowSpeed shouldn't have got banned off of Riot or whatever from Valorant for this stuff. It's like, dude, like, you don't, who can, like, oh my god, everything's a meltdown.
This guy can do and say anything he wants with no consequences. The latest example is him calling for a terrorist attack. Roll it.
Oh my god.
So there was a big protest outside the NRA meeting, which was good. Do we have any insight into what they're actually talking about there, the NRA meeting that's today in Texas? Someone should bomb that building. Okay,
Don't.
I'll roll that back.
Roll that back immediately.
Okay.
Everything but violence.
Wow.
Wow. I mean, kudos to you, Keemstar, for showing him instantly regret saying it. I mean, at the very least, you showed full context in your clip. So I'll give it to you. You showed the full context. So now how are you going to reprogram what happened and make us all feel outraged? Like, you showed the whole context. I mean, I thought you would have at least not shown him instantly walking it back. You want to know what? I saw the clip on there where he, like, where it cuts off before he rolls it back. I still don't care. I'm just going to be honest with you. Everything that's going on with this, like, Texas shooting, I just don't care. Like, is it a good joke? No, I probably shouldn't have made it. Who cares? Like, we don't have to pearl clutch over every single thing that everybody does. Even Ethan. It doesn't matter. Who cares? It's a bad joke. At the very least, you might have been like, it's a little inappropriate, but do you not understand why people are upset? Like, you're all over Twitter talking about how horrible this Texas shooting was, and then you're gonna pearl clutch. Oh my god, what a joke. Yeah, you want to know what? It feels really shitty that fucking 21 people are dead. 19 of them are fucking kids. And there's an NRA meeting there, like, the next day. Like, yeah, it's people are outraged. Rightfully so. How many shootings have there been and how much legislation has there been? None. Okay. People are frustrated. I just don't care. And it was obviously, like, a very edgy joke. You know, which is, it's funny because people are like, oh my god, I wish Ethan that made edgy jokes was back. I wish Ethan that made the edgy jokes was back, guys. Oh, here's the Ethan that makes edgy jokes. Oh my god, I can't believe Ethan made an edgy joke today. Oh my fucking lord. Where were you? Keemstar, where the fuck were you last week Ethan, you know, pushed like a false assault story? Where were you then? Did you talk about that? Did you talk about that? I don't see it. I don't see you didn't talk about that. You didn't talk about that, but this is the fucking thing you're gonna melt down over? Oh my god.
That long pause after the statement, and he had to wait until somebody working on his podcast called him out to roll it back.
Cares?
But by clear definition, that would be a terrorist attack. He is calling for a terrorist attack.
Yeah,
now,
okay, cool.
the clip you just witnessed, that happened last night. Many reporters are asking YouTube for a statement. YouTube has yet to respond. But speaking about unbelievable violence, Big Mike from the Logan Paul podcast.
Okay. So we're just going to play the full clip just for context.
I really don't know what.
Just so that we have the full thing anyway. I mean, like, you know, because he played like 4 seconds of it, which got a good amount of context, but we have the...
To do, and I feel hopeless. I feel like there's zero hope.
Just get the full thing in there.
Yeah, I don't know.
The
I was
lowest video
wondering... So there was a big protest outside the NRA meeting, which was good.
Yeah,
Do we
that's
have any insight into what they're actually talking about there at the NRA meeting that's today in Texas? Someone
Don't
should
worry, I got a clip of them blaming video games.
bomb that building. Okay,
Don't.
I'll roll that back.
Roll that.
I mean, honestly, it's funny, especially since they're like, please don't do that. Yeah, who are these reporters? Reporters have reached out to YouTube. You know who the reporters are? Fucking people that don't get paid to write drama alert stories. Reporters have asked YouTube to comment. My friend Jonathan, he has reached out to YouTube. He DM'd YouTube on Twitter, and they haven't said anything back to him yet. That's what we're talking about? Your friend, like, oh, my friend Jonathan. Okay, Keemstar, fantastic. I'm happy that your friend Jonathan reached out to them to try to get a statement from YouTube, and they're just like, "This is stupid. Shut up. Like just shut the fuck up." Because you know what? If we started censoring YouTube over really edgy jokes, you guys would, or we already are in some cases. But if we were doing that, you guys would melt down. Oh my God, YouTube, let us be a little edgy. Holy shit.
That back immediately.
Everything but violence.
Just rewind time.
Let me.
Okay.
We cut back.
I got a little carried away there. Nobody bombed the building. All right, I take that back. Thank you. I took it a little too. I got a little passionate there. Let's roll it back.
Susan, we need to get rid of H3H3 because he made an edgy joke that he immediately walked back. This is unforgivable.
How do we go back in time?
Rewind time.
All right, guys.
Yeah, let's protest that building. Let's bomb it with emotional protest.
Okay.
A love bomb.
In Minecraft.
Fantastic.
Let's love bomb it.
Let's love bomb it.
Yeah, what did I say?
You said love bomb.
Yeah.
The love was silent.
Right.
Kill him with kindness.
Let's fucking kill everyone in that building.
Let's just end the show.
Let's fucking bomb that.
All right. Yeah. Who cares? But since we're on this topic, do you guys remember Chet Goldstein? He decided to go to the protest it says here at the anti-NRA protest in Houston. I just witnessed North Texas-based right-wing provocateur who goes by the name Chet Goldstein got ejected from the crowd for trying to disrupt the event. Now, Chet Goldstein's name is actually Alex Rosen. And I had a conversation with this guy. Now, just so you, right here, educating Chet Goldstein, the EDP 445 exposer, on his inappropriate behavior. It gets intense. Yeah, because he instantly starts yelling. It's actually very funny. This is the guy that helped catch EDP. I say helped for a reason. Everybody else, just so you know, Chet Goldstein has a conversation with Christopher Hansen and one of the other people that worked with him to catch EDP. It was abysmal. It was absolutely abysmal. It's somewhere in there. I have the conversation with them, but it was terrible because Chris Hansen's like, dude, because basically what happened is this guy came out. It was shown that this guy was like making horrible like jokes, like just throwing on the N-word constantly. He thought it was funny. Everything was like a ha-ha laugh, and even the people that were working with him were like, oh, makes us look so bad. And it was so bad that the people he worked with to help catch EDP. It reflected poorly on them. Where one of the guys, Chris Hansen's like, oh, I hope we can collab, like we can work together one day to do something. And Chris Hansen basically ignored him because why would you want to work with somebody like Alex Rosen? He's a disgusting person. He's disgusting. So, like, yeah, he thinks that it's funny to call people the N-word as a joke. He calls black people the N-word as a joke, like hard R. And this was my conversation with him like a while ago. And he was there because this is what he does. He's not interested in like. He's not interested. This is the thing. This is one of the hardest things to call out. He doesn't care about pedophiles. He likes to have an excuse to bully somebody. Now, we agree that predators, yeah, it's good. I'm fine with bullying them. Who cares? But like, this is like the thing where you have to keep in mind, like, he doesn't actually care about protecting the kids. It's more about making a joke where it seems like realistic or justifiable. So this is what he does. So this is him. Like, 21 people are dead. You know, people are like, hey, we're upset. And this keeps happening and nobody's doing anything about it. And here he is, guys. Here he is, guys. This is the most important thing. This is what he decided to do. Oh, he looks terrible. This is loud, but... Like, what could your possible motivation, even if you're pro-gun and you're pro-NRA, like, how are you not, like, devastated by what's going on right now? Like, good. I'm happy that they bullied him out of this guy. First of all, he looks like he's, like, 50, and he's like 25 or something. He looks terrible. He looks like shit. But, like, dude, like, this is the time you decided to, like, because you know what he wanted to do, because he's done this stuff before. There's a clip of him going around where he went to, like, a thing, and he was like, I'm non-binary, I'm a girl, blah, blah, blah. You know, like, the typical conservative, like, shitposting. You know, like Flecka's, but much worse. This is what he wanted to make a funny content out of a protest about how kids were fucking killed, were murdered. He's 22. Holy shit. Right? That's what he wanted to do. He thought this will be really funny. This will be a really funny moment. That's what this person is. A fucking worthless person. Now, I wanted to bring this up because this is Ted Cruz talking about what he thinks is the reason why all these shootings are happening. And so we're going to provide some context to Ted, who is just mentally deficient.
Tragedies like the events of this week are a mirror, forcing us to ask hard questions, demanding that we see where our culture is failing.
Okay.
Looking at broken families, absent fathers.
Sure. So, like, right off the bat, how do you fix that? How do you fix broken families and absent fathers? Right? One of the best ways that you can help repair the family is going to be providing, like, better opportunities for people. Like, the reality is, it doesn't matter what side of the spectrum you fall on. We know that we're getting fucked up the ass. Money's getting siphoned to the top. So when we talk about this, he doesn't give a shit. He's just like, yeah, the families are broken. Why? I don't know, because I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah, we have an issue with, like, wealth distribution. We have a lot of money going to the top, and not a lot of it is getting, like, distributed properly. Okay, we're getting fucked royally. We're literally piped up the ass. Okay, you don't really care. It's just an excuse not to ban guns. Because here's the reality. We have all these problems that we need to work on, but you want to know what the immediate problem is? Okay, the immediate problem is the fact that kids are getting killed in schools. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, we have all these problems that need to be worked on, but right now we need to, like, figure something out. And for me, like, I'm okay with guns, but we definitely need to do something along the lines of having a gun license that's like comparable to a driver's license. You shouldn't be able to get it at, like, it should be much more difficult to get a gun. You should have to learn, like, proper safety, respect for guns. You shouldn't be able to just walk in and walk out in the same day in 15 minutes on your 18th birthday. Right? That's just the reality. Okay.
Declining church attendance.
This is declining church. Why do you think people don't go to church, Ted? Why do you think? You want to know why? Because church is fucking homophobic. Like, I just want you guys to, like, understand something, because I know a lot of people who are religious aren't, like, super bigoted anymore, but they still kind of are. Okay, the reason why people turned away from religion is because they're like, oh, I have this friend who's gay, and the church says that they should just be fucking dead. So you know what? I don't like church anymore. And I know that a lot of you guys want to fucking gaslight the shit out of everybody. Be like, no. Religion doesn't actually say anything bad about homosexuals. It does. It does. Shut the fuck up. Like, shut up. It does. So people are turning away from it because you're telling people that, like, other people just can't live. Yeah, as he says, no gays, and, slavery's kind of okay in there, you know? Well, it's not technically slavery. It's indentured servitude. Okay, because that's okay, because indentured servitude's okay. Tells you that women are less than men. Okay, so, like, why do you think people don't fucking go to church? Okay, it's not. We're not going to go to church anymore. You guys have fucking ruined it because it's too bigoted. Like, people don't care anymore. So we have to figure out where we can centralize our values. And yeah, based church. Where can we centralize our values out of? That's what you have to do. Something different. There's going to need to be, like, some kind of a shift. Okay, that's just the reality.
Social media bullying.
I love. He says social media bullying. You want to know what he says that for? Because he's upset that conservatives get bullied off apps, which I get it. You know, there should be a proper. Just, like, people on the right tend to get targeted more than people on the left. But also, like, this isn't really the time. This kid didn't shoot up a school because he got bullied online. He shot up a school because he had a fight with his. Do you want to know what happened? Apparently, he had a fight with his mom about his internet usage. So it was so bad that he had such a bad argument with his parents about him wanting to use the internet more that he had to go stay with his grandparents. And then he got mad at his grandma because she was on the phone too much talking to, like, AT&T. So he shot her in the fucking face and then went to a school and shot a bunch of people. Like, this. What magic? What the fuck are you talking about?
Violent online content.
Oh my God.
Desensitizing the act of murder in video games.
Bro, you go to, bro. Maybe. I doubt it. I don't think that video games are like, yeah, you know what? This is so easy. I really just don't. It's so funny. It's so funny that conservatives will complain that society is getting weaker, and then they'll say video games are making people desensitized to murder. Okay, well, if we're getting all weaker and men are becoming less manly, then, like, how is it? These two things don't really fit to me in my head. You go to other countries, like third world countries, like, violence is in the streets. That's desensitizing to violence. People are just fucking getting murdered in the street because of, like, fucking gangs and shit. I don't think that video games are what's really going on. I don't think that video games are like the biggest problem. I think it's a lazy excuse. Gun in video game? Oh, guys, there's guns in video games. Well, that's as bad, bro. There kids who have guns. The same argument can be made about you shouldn't have kids grow up with guns because then they're too comfortable around them. And that's why they're shooting people. Like there's just so many different there's so many lefts and rights here. You know, you want to know what the really biggest problem is? It's our media. It's how divisive our media is. You have people on both sides screaming about dumb shit, and it riles people up. You have fucking conservatives, you know, jerking like Tucker Carlson jerking off the Great Replacement theory, afraid that white people are going to get fucking genocided out of America. And then you have progressives like during the whole Donald Trump shit, every single day, Russian collusion, Russian collusion, Russian collusion. Never happened. It didn't happen. Okay. It was investigated, and it's a good thing we investigated it because I think that it was reasonable. Nothing happened. Well, what do you think happens? People lose trust in media. They force themselves to one side or the other. They start hating people on the other side. Like you're the reason why fucking there are school shooters, Ted Cruz. You are the reason why there's school shooters, right? And like you don't even sit back and go like, you know what? Even if we have other problems in our society, what we need to do is we need to fix the immediate one. We need to fix the immediate problem. Okay, right? Like let's say. Here's a for instance. Let's say you have the pipes in your kitchen are leaking, right? Obviously, you have to turn off the pipes, but then also you're gonna want to clean up the floor, right? So you want to clean up the floor, turn off the pipes. We obviously have to clean the floor up. The floor is kids getting shot in schools. So what do we do about that? Right? You can't just be like, yeah, we just have to focus on stopping the leak. Well, what about the fucking water on the floor? You know, that's where we're at. This has been happening for like 20 something years, and we still have a fucking problem.
Chronic isolation.
It's just a bunch of people that love guns and are like, yep, anything but the guns. Anything but the guns is the problem. Like, holy shit.
Prescription drug and opioid abuse and their collective effects on the psyche of young Americans.
Okay.
Tragedy.
Great. Listen, anything but guns, apparently. I mean, Jesus Christ. This is what we're talking about. Like, if you sat here and said, hey, we have a bunch of different problems, and I'm going to lay them all out, but guns are also a problem, and the way that we interact with them, that's fine. That's a nuanced take. But he's just saying that to try to push off every bit of criticism off of the guns. Like, it's part of the problem. We clearly need to do something to figure it out. Okay? That's it. It's not that fucking complicated. But you're at a gun rally saying that guns have absolutely nothing to do with people getting fucking shot. Like you're mentally deficient. You're mentally deficient. What do you want to do? Ban guns? See, this is what you want to do. You want to ban guns from video games? Hey guys, ban guns from video games. They're too dangerous. Hey, we need to ban guns from video games because they're too dangerous for our kids to see them. But everybody that's playing video games should have a real gun. Obviously, that makes the most sense to me. That makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah, perfect. I love it. You know, not for nothing, but like a lot of young boys, young men, they need to get their frustrations out. And unfortunately, we have a very closed off society, right? So instead of going outside and playing, which is probably better, they shoot each other on video games online. It's part of rough housing for adults or for people. What is this? You're saying slow down? I mean, scroll down to what? Video game revenue. This is funny. Video game revenue, violent gun deaths per 100,000 people. Wow. You know what's interesting? We don't. I don't think there's a lot of. Well, there's not a whole lot of guns in these other countries. That's the thing. Listen, I personally am not for banning all guns. I know maybe this is like your typical fucking whatever, but like your American bullshit. But I'm not for banning guns. I think we need to massively regulate them. You know, there's another problem, too. Do you know how many issues there were in the chain? This kid was telling somebody on Facebook in private messages he was going to shoot his grandmother and go drive to his school. And, like, yeah, he sent him in PMs, but why the fuck isn't there, like, a flagging service on Facebook? Why didn't Facebook flag that and see, like, oh, it says that he's going to shoot a school up. Oh, we should probably call the cops. They didn't do anything there. The guy got in his car. He drove over there. Crashed into the outside of the school, went inside, started shooting. What did the police take 40 minutes to do anything? There's a whole lot of issues. We have the issue of Facebook not doing a fucking thing. We have the issue of the cops not doing a fucking thing. We have an issue of like our Congress not doing a fucking thing. That's where all this boils down to. All this boils down. We've been hearing the same narrative every single day. Hey guys, cops are heroes. You have to respect them for their existence. And I'm like, sure, fine, as long as we're safe. And these motherfuckers are outside. They're like, I don't want to get shot. That's your fucking job. If you're a cop, your job is to get shot and die. I'm sorry. That's really like intense. I don't want you to die. But like, you know what? It's a fucking 10-year-old elementary school kid's job to learn and have fun. It's a fucking elementary school teacher's job to teach and have fun. It's your job to protect people. So like, if of those three, the first one to die, I'm going to choose the cop. I'm sorry. So you should be going in there. You should do it in a safe way. It's your job to be prepped for a fucking school shooting scenario. That's your literal job. Okay. It's your job to be prepped for like unlikely, but very realistic scenarios, especially since we have we seem to have a few shootings a year. Okay. It's your job to be prepped for this. It's not a fucking kid's job. You're supposed to be trained. And if you are, whether you are or not, is irrelevant. You should be trained. So like you're fucking standing outside. So like, what the fuck's going on here? I mean, we don't like, this is ridiculous. It's fucking insane. The whole thing's fucking nuts. How many kids could have been saved if those stupid fucks would have like went inside sooner? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what the requirement to be a cop is? You got to get C's in high school and you got to get like an associate's degree. Not super hard. I'm not trying to be a dickhead. I'm really sorry, but like, it's not like this is the most like fucking elite event in the world. You get this job, you get instant respect. You know, you and like you fucking can't even do your job when the time comes to it. This is your moment of glory. It's what you're supposed to be doing. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just being too fucking frustrated, but like, holy shit. Holy shit. Should we ban ARs? Listen, I don't know if it was an AR. I don't think it was an automatic rifle. Right? There's a lot of conversations to have. There's a lot of conversations about what we should be doing. But what I'm going to tell you right now is it's not nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's great for people to sit down and be like, hey, this, and this we could do. I'm all for common sense gun control. Maybe we should push further. I don't really know. There's a whole lot of conversations, but like a lot of conservatives are just like, it's everything but the gun's fault. Guys, it's everything but the gun's fault. You want to know what's really interesting? I can't cut my pizza without a pizza cutter. I know that sounds so bizarre, but if I don't have a pizza cutter, I can't cut my pizza. Right? So if I didn't have a gun, I can't shoot people. I'm just saying, there's certainly a level of logic to the idea of banning or restricting guns to some extent. So it was an AR-15? Are you sure? What does AR stand for? It doesn't stand for automatic rifle. I think it stands for something else. What I read was it was like AR-15 like, or like adjacent. That's what I had read. I could be wrong. Either way, obviously there's a conversation to have here. Yeah. You want to watch this? Activist confronts Ted Cruz over gun control legislation.
If you're violent in his face, and why did you come here to the convention? You need to back up. You need to back up. Why? When 19 children died.
Hi. Okay, you ready? Yeah. Okay, hold on. All right, 1, 2, 3. Go. We're good.
Bro, could you imagine taking pictures at an NRA event after a bunch of kids were shot to death? Is this what? Like, how do you even go to that? I don't even think I could go to an NRA meeting. It was in Texas too, right? It's crazy.
Yeah, we got it.
I would encourage you. I gave a half-hour speech today in the NRA convention because there are actually a lot of laws.
Yeah, but can you tell me? I have a gun daughter.
Yeah, it's hard to hear what's going on here. I'm not going to watch the rest of this, but clearly they have a fucking. Yeah, shit's fucking crazy, bro. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and another special shout out to all my Patreon and Twitch subs. If you'd like to support this channel further than you already have by just watching the video alone, go down in the links below where you can sub on my Patreon, which will allow you to get your name on this beautiful black wall. Or you can go to the Twitch page and you can actually use a free Amazon Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.